Hello and welcome to Sports Vehicle Performance. Today we've got this Porsche 996 on the ramp and the engine out of it. It's a Tiptronic, so the engine has to come out of it to replace the IMS bearing. So we're going to be filming basically some clips of that, showing you roughly how to do it, and then also taking a bit of a deeper dive, asking some questions, and yeah, just learning a bit more about it all and sharing that information with you guys. Ahead and installed the IMS bearing. So now we're going to ask some questions about what the common issues are and why it may be a thing to worry about if you're a Porsche 996 owner. So what's the deal with this thing and why is it such a worry for many Porsche 996 owners?
IMS bearings, there's three basic types. If you read everything on the internet, there's the early, which is the dual row, which this one is. This then changes, in theory, in 2000 to a single row IMS, which is the one that's the highest failure rate. And then with the introduction of the 997, partway through that car's life, you went to a much bigger bearing. That bearing is not really serviceable, but that pretty much fixes the problem.
Is it really that common though? Like, do people actually think, I don't know, is it as common as people make out on the internet, let's say? It's
not as common as people make out on the internet. The problem with them is everybody that's ever had a failure posts on the internet. The people that haven't had a failure never post on the internet.
No, yeah.
So you get a very skewed view of it.
Yeah, that's very true.
The problem is when it does fail, it can be expensive. It can wreck an engine. So
what exactly causes the failure though? Like,
there's a few things that can cause a failure. One is the bearing itself can collapse. There's lots of different reasons for that. The standard bearing is filled with grease and has seals on it. Runs in hot oil, so the oil washes the grease out over a period of time. The bearing then overheats, seizes, collapses. Occasionally we have seen some of the bolts in the middle snap. That's quite rare, but it's not impossible. And when any of this happens, it's the timing chain. All goes out of timing chains. There's 3 chains or 5, depending on the age of the engine.
Yeah.
They go out of sync. Valves hit pistons. There's debris in the bottom of the engine. It's a major engine rebuild.
So for 996 owners out there, should they be worried? Should they panic?
I wouldn't panic, but if you're doing a clutch on a manual car, that's the time to do it.
Yeah,
you just get more value for your money. You've got to take the gearbox out and do it. Tiptronic cars such as this one, engine has to come out. That's why the engine's on the bench. You know, if you're not sure, change it. A lot of cars have been changed, but you don't know.
Yeah, because the age of them now.
Yeah, you'd be amazed how many we've taken out over the years and it's got a later bearing in it already, or it's got a different bearing in it. It's the year that it should have.
And it's like with the dates as well, all the stuff online that you say about, you know, if it's it doesn't necessarily mean it's got that specific bearing. No. But this is an example here, so.
This one here, if you read everything on chassis numbers and engine numbers online, this will have a later single row, which is the prone to failure one, but this one actually had the double row in it.
Yeah.
But we fitted a roller type bearing to this one now as an upgrade. We've taken engines out of early 996s before and they've got a 997 intermediate shaft in them. Yeah. Nobody knows, there's no history of it until we take it out. That's the only way to check.
Yep.
And this is the intermediate shaft, which is obviously well known for the seal, and this is the rear main seal. So that's RMS and IMS, two very common.
So what about the later ones on like the 997 onwards and stuff like that?
997 is
non-serviceable.
Is a much bigger bearing. So this bearing, as you can see, is smaller than the hole. So you can pull the bearing out the middle and put a new bearing in. Porsche do not supply bearings. The only way to buy the parts from Porsche is a new shaft, which is an engine rebuild. Yeah. But with this one, we can change this. The later 997, the bearing is bigger than that hole. You can't pull the bearing out the middle.
Yeah. So hopefully you found that information useful and maybe even learned something new. Don't forget to like, subscribe and comment. And if you did find it useful, comment your thoughts below. And yeah, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time.